Hey everyone, welcome to our Project 2 presentation. Our project is called Sun Cool Home. Our host country is India. These are our team members and how responsibilities are delegated for our team. Let's get to our product concept. Um, our product addresses a pretty big problem in India, which is electric blackouts. Traditional fridges connect to the power grid, but when the power goes out, so does refrigeration, which spoils food and medicine. We address this issue with PCM technology that keeps food cool for up to 24 hours. Let's get into our VRIO analysis. Um, our product creates value because it not only addresses the blackouts that happen in India, but the food spoilage, the medicine spoilage that comes with it. Uh, the technology that goes into this is pretty difficult to replicate, and so are the rural distribution and microfinance networks. And this gives us a pretty big advantage over our competitors. Some of our competitors are pretty big name brands like uh, LG and Whirlpool. I'm sure some of you own some of their refrigerators as well. They definitely have a big advantage when it comes to brand recognition. But the advantage that they don't have is being able to keep these foods and medicine cool during these power outages because they're dependent on the electric grid. There are some um, brands like EchoZen that provide off-grid technology, but they're pretty expensive compared to our prices as well, and they're targeted more towards uh, commercial businesses than middle-income houses and smaller businesses. Our target market um, basically is middle income homes in rural and suburban areas. Also, businesses as well, like pharmacies, clinics, dairy sellers. Nobody likes spoiled, rotten milk, right? Uh, this product was selected because this solves a practical problem rather than useless advanced features like connecting your fridge to Facebook or Reddit. Nobody needs that. Let's get into our product strategy. Our positioning strategy emphasizes reliability during these power outages, and um, we have a big key benefit. It's not just refrigeration, it's the ability to keep food, milk, uh, medicines like Ozempic and insulin fresh during these power outages. If someone with diabetes doesn't have their insulin, they could go to the hospital and have pretty adverse effects. So we don't want that to happen. Let's go into our product line. We have different options for homes and businesses. Models that target um, uh, medicine like Ozempic, insulin, etc. But we also have different sizes like our 45-liter base size and our 75-liter pro size. Let's go into our sales and distribution model. We have different marketing partners like Naptol, but also Reliance Digital, Chroma Retail, and Ware that target businesses. We have distribution models like Ware Energy Distributor and Reddington that distribute to households, while we have Savex for business to business uh, uh, distribution as well. Let's go ahead, get into our promotion strategy. Our promotion strategy focuses directly on the problem. Our central message is keep it cool even when the power's gone, supported by the campaign idea. When the power goes out, Sun Cool stays. Traditional promotion would include regional TV and newspaper ads. as well as social media marketing through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. And we do need to go into some of the considerations with this promotion strategy. Um, English and Hindi aren't the only languages spoken in India. There are a plethora of languages spoken by region. So we need to make sure that these ads are in the languages that people understand throughout India. But we also need to have be able to um, show customers how reliable our product is. That's why product demos are important. We need to show people in person that our product works and will fix their problems. Let's get into our pricing strategy. So we have a price of 29,999 Indian rupees, which is about 315 US dollars. For simplicity's sake, I'll just say 30,000 rupees since that's easier. But traditional mini fridges cost about 10,000 rupees in India, while the higher end solar refrigerators cost about 45,000 rupees. Pricing our fridge at 30,000 gives people looking for that price a more affordable option. Not anyone can pay 1.5 times the amount of 30,000 rupees. Let's get into why it costs 30,000 rupees. Developing this technology is pretty expensive. It requires third party distributors. TV and social media ads can be expensive. We have to pay commission for people who do those live demos. So there's no way that we can have it at the same price as 10,000 rupee mini fridges. Let's get into our entry strategy. Um, we wanted an approach that provides access to the market without committing excessive resources. But at the same time, Suncool needs to maintain quality, protect its technology, and learn from Indian consumers, and eventually reduce production and distribution costs once this becomes more established. We've considered five major alternatives. Importing finished products. This allows rapid market entry, but creates significant freight and tariff costs. Licensing requires less investment, but creates concerns about IP and quality control. Contract manufacturing can reduce costs while maintaining some control. A joint venture provides viable local knowledge and distribution capabilities. My mistake. Finally, a wholly owned subsidiary provides maximum control, but requires considerably more investment and risk. Because of these trade offs, we don't recommend relying entirely on just one of these methods. So we solve this by finding a medium. The strongest options solve different problems. Limited importing gives Suncool excellent control during initial pilot, but isn't economical over the long term. Contract manufacturing reduces shipping costs and allows adaptation to local conditions, although quality and IP protections become pretty important. A joint venture provides local knowledge, service capabilities, and customer trust, but requires Suncoal to share control and profit, which leads us to a phase strategy. For our early entry strategy, we recommend entering India in four stages. First one is importing a limited amount of finished units for demos and initial sales. The second one is establishing a joint venture with an Indian partner to improve distribution and marketing. The third one is to transition basic production assembly to contract manufacturing in India. And fourth and finally, if sales justify the investment, we'll establish a wholly owned subsidiary or greenfield facility. This allows the company to increase its commitment as market uncertainty decreases. There are a lot of risks that come with this. So the strategy creates several risks that need to be managed. IP protections are needed. Local management risk can be reduced through clear responsibility and accountability. Cross cultural training is needed as well. Cultural sensitivity training, because there are a lot of cultural differences between India and the United States. Let's get into our sourcing, excuse me, and logistics. Our sourcing strategy also follows a phased approach. Initially, Suncool would import finished refrigerators to establish that market presence quickly. And during the second phase, the company would transition toward local assembly. Compressors and controls subassemblies could continue to be imported, while cabinets and insulation are manufactured within India. This could reduce duties and shipping costs while making a made in India message um, more appealing to consumers, while allowing Suncool to be price competitive over time. Let's go over the tariffs and regulations. Importing refrigerators comes with a lot of tariffs. We estimate that duties, subcharges, and integrated GST could increase landed costs significantly compared to the free, excuse me, onboard price. Suncool would also need to satisfy the Bureau of Indian Standard Safety requirements. These costs explain why assembly becomes strategically important as sales increase. We do have a few supplier candidates, three of them. The first one is Sundazer. They're based out of the United States and Texas. They offer strong efficiency and a good established reputation. It's just really expensive. We have Yozil in China that's much more affordable, but quality is inconsistent, and that creates a risk as well. Defy Appliances in South Africa offers products designed specifically for unstable electric grids, and it benefits from a relatively favorable relationship with India. So the one that we chose, drumroll, is Defy Appliances in South Africa. We just think it's a great middle ground in between affordability and reliability. Another major advantage is that their parent company already has manufacturing operations in India. Let's get into the logistics plan. We won't plan to move products from either Nakura or Durban, South Africa, by ocean freight to Mumbai. This can take 18 to 24 days via ocean transit. This also comes with shipping container, port handling, trucking fees as well as legal permitted facilitation fees, is also known as grease payments. Let's get into our staffing policy. Ethnocentric is based out of the parent company's country. Polycentric is more local. Geocentric is based out of anywhere in the world where they're qualified. But we want to go to a mix of polycentric and ethnocentric, where higher management is from the United States, while middle management is based in India. Uh, and finally, let's get into the compensation. If we want to get people to move from the United States to India for upper level management, we need to make it up for them through cost of living and allowances, housing allowances, pay them a US based salary to make up for the difficulties of moving a different country and reduce employee churn. Finally, these are the sources that we used. Thank you so much for joining me on this presentation. I'm very proud of all the work that we put into this. Thank you.